I am live. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. I didn't get to go for challenge, sorry, live yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. But today it's Sunday. It's a very fitting day to discuss what we have for Go for No Challenge to conquer fears, embrace rejection, and elevate our lives. But first, it's Happy Sunday. Sunday is the day of the Lord, and as all of us know, there is greater power amongst us that keeps us going, that keeps us protected, that guides us in what we have to do with our lives. God prepares us to receive this prosperity that is in our midst. So I am offering to you a vehicle for prosperity, not because I am in it, but I truly believe this is a gift from God that needs to be shared. So let's embrace that rejection. I know in this business of mine, I will have many, many more no, but eventually that no will turn out to be yes, because who doesn't want to conquer your fear? Who doesn't want to embrace rejection? Who doesn't want to elevate our lives, your lives? So when God prepares us for prosperity, we have to it's going to lead us to season of change. It's going to stretch us first. It's going to refine us first. It's going to make us be scars. It's going to make us going to pressure like a diamond in the dark. We get the diamond has to be pressure in the dark, and then we learn how to elevate ourselves. My name's Pinky Carpizo. It's Luisita Ventura. I hail from the Philippines, and I came here when I was 22. And my father died a year before I came to the States. So he was an inventor, and I have to come here to work as a nurse. I was petitioned. Although I have family in Philadelphia, I went to New Jersey with just $100. So to be able to survive by myself, away from family, to be able to learn how to cook, feed for myself, really like lead a life of a young adult, it was a refining. It wasn't easy at all. So all of us goes through refinement. But I guess when God prepares us for prosperity, he tests our grounds. He tests us how we can handle when we have when he's going to give us the blessings that is intended for us way before we were born. If we're going to be still that faithful servant that he allowed us to be refined and allowed us to give us blessings so we can overflow. So I was a burnout nurse for at the longest time, and the pandemic taught me that I was burned out. I never realized what burnout means because I was giving, I was selfless, I was always doing things for the benefit of others, and I forgot that I was a human being that needs refinement, that needs self-love, self-respect, and intentionally loving myself and caring for myself so I could be the best version of myself. He truly refined me in our years of our marriage life when we didn't call much to him and put him as the number one leader in our life. We took our hands, our path in our hands, and we forgot God is the source of everything. So when we reject the guidance of the Lord, that's when everything break hell loose, they call it. It becomes very difficult because in the season of our lives, it is through stretching and refining and scarcity that we become who we are supposed to be, meant to be. So when we go up to heaven, you'll say, "Good, my faithful servant, you have done the job that I told you to." So he requires for us to do those to be abundant because we are in alignment with what he wants us to do. So prosperity isn't just by accident, it is meant to be. We are meant to be prosperous. So for those people who are looking at this business and saying, "No, this is not for me," no, we're not supposed to be prosperous. If you don't feel that you deserve this blessing, if I don't feel that I deserve this blessing, I should have not looked into this business anyway. But I know I have a purpose to serve and I deserve prosperity because it is in our bloodline. We are intended to be prosperous, to carry the path the Lord has given us so we can give and overflow to others. So as it embraces courage to live life here on earth, it also entails a purpose to be able to overcome all the tribulations and trials so we can be ready to accept yes that is coming from the Lord when prosperity is already in it's already timing Everything is in his perfect timing when prosperity comes. No amount of working hard. When the alignment comes, prosperity comes. So be watchful. Is if giving you the chance to be prosperous, and this is the means for you, for your answered prayer. Open your eyes and know that you are ready, that you will be able to function, even if you are in the highs of lows of life, even if you become very successful, you know, and you have a grip that you will remain to be faithful servant of God. So it requires courage, true. That's why the go for no challenge matters, because it pushes me to break fear and move past the rejection and take bold action to come to you live every possible time I can, because I am embracing go no for challenge, because somewhere out there 10, 20, 30, 100% says no. Some good and faithful servant that embraces the purpose of God and alignment of the prosperity of the time that is been refined and is will be able to accept uh, success, and it will be unwavering faith amidst the success and serving a purpose the Lord has given. Then that means we're ready to claim that prosperity. But be careful, don't miss the boat. So if you're afraid to hear no, you'll never step into the opportunities of God's alignment in your life. So divine timing isn't a delay, it is a preparation. When God aligns the right people in our lives and resources and open doors for us, we need to be ready to move. We have to keep moving. He aligns the resources, he aligns the people in our lives. He's trying to open the door. We have to be ready to move forward and grab that opportunity, you know. We need to act on it. We need to act on it based on the capacity that we have, that we know we have been refined. So if this business, it's not just about faith, about abundance, about community, about business planning, about success financially. It's not just about having a community, growing personally, having a mindset, but it's also about being abundant, that has a purpose why we are abundant, that can change the trajectory of our lives, our children, and the generation to come. So to change our future, we need to accept the abundance. And after abundance comes to us, we need to lift others up. That's why I'm sharing to you this opportunity. It creates more freedom, not just for me, but for the people that I share this business to, the people that sees the ads in Facebook and Instagram, and whatever ad I show my advertisement for this business. There is a reason why I spend money to advertise, to be able to share with you this wonderful opportunity. You know, prosperity begins with belief. And it is our willingness to act before everything looks so perfect. There is no perfection the moment you start in this business. I didn't know how to start the business when I first started. I am not a tech savvy. I am a nurse. I am a nurse. I don't know how to run a business, but all I know is when I watch a free webinar, it says we have a proven plan. Pay $149, that will lead you to a proven plan. And I didn't know about the community. I didn't know how I'm going to get paid. But I found out we had a community of 113,000. And all I did was listen to what my coach and mentor said. And I did not understand it fully, but I embraced to read and understand and know that this prosperity that God has given me and an answered prayer is my belief that I too am capable of prosperity, of success in this online business. So the willingness to act before everything is perfect is the key to being successful in this online business. Is the courage to keep on going when others quit, or when you feel like quitting, when you feel like you're not getting result. Every conversation, every asking, every seed of effort that I put into this business is like planting a seed, and eventually I keep watering that seed. Same as when you go into the business, you're like planting your seed of entrepreneurship. What are you going to do to grow a tree and harvest fruit someday? Of course you're going to tend to it, fertilize it, water it, share it with people, put a cover, like encompass it so it's not going to get eaten, so it no one's gonna topple it or hurt it. Your little seed will grow into seedlings, into a little tree, and a big tree that no one whether no one is gonna hurt your tree until you bear fruit. So um, as the leaves turn to very green, the branches become very strong, and eventually produces fruits. There will be a lot of tests in this journey when I'm building my tree of business entrepreneurship, and a tree that will eventually overflow. But I guard it not only with me fertilizing my knowledge, with hopefully, making me strong enough to be able to deliver and give you what you need to help you get into this business. I move by faith. Nothing in my life I take just for the reason that it came just from me. But I know God has refined me with all my trials, with all my burnout stages, with all the difficulties when we didn't know if there's enough money. We didn't know if we have enough money for the gas. That was refining me. And I held on to my faith. As my kid said when we were driving in the car, says, Mommy, all we hear is the rosary because that's my saving grace. And if I could go to Holy Mass and receive the blessed sacrament, the Holy Communion, it strengthened me to push in forward. And all the while, I now realize that he was trying to see if I could be strong enough to receive the blessing that is intended for me. But one thing for sure that I realized, everything happens in the right timing. Nothing happens by accident. Everything is in God's timing, but we have to guard our words. We have to take bold actions, and we have to move by faith. They said refining is also have to be in a way that you secretly refine and you secretly keep in yourself, because when the success comes, you have to be refined and strong enough to handle that success, so you cannot forget that you were refined one point in your life, that God is still the source of everything. But He doesn't give us this abundance just for ourselves. We are meant to overflow. So long before we were born, we are meant to give back, to shower the blessing that we have to the people that we can touch, to our children, our grandchildren, our family, our church, our community, those that needs to be sent to school, those that are less fortunate than us, the donation we give to the church. We need to overflow so God can fill us some more, because that's the purpose of God's abundance. There is a purpose why He makes us abundant, not just solely for ourselves, but for others as well. So, but be careful in guarding your thoughts and action. When the blessing comes, make sure that you know when it is there in your midst, because blessing do comes in God's perfect timing. And when you keep praying for your gift, keep praying for means for you to make life better, watch out, keep your eyes and ears open, because you never know if it was the right timing or it is the right timing for you to embrace that aligned blessing that the Lord is giving you. So today is Sunday. Faith is very important in my journey. Gratitude for everything that we have is very important. Even if I get 100 no's, I am grateful for you for even looking at my online business. I'm grateful that it's my 4th year in the business. I'm grateful that I can say I'm shielded and I am strong. I feel abundant with the purpose God has given me to lift others, myself, and my family, and to overflow. In so doing, God will give me more blessing to overflow. And I want to give you that. So if you have a feeling that this is your answered prayer, are you ready? And you're already refined. Are you ready after retirement? Are you ready to accept this blessing? So let's dive in. This is my Go for No challenge. And the story of you and my story probably have the same. We are both burnout, or we need more money, and we need to fulfill more dreams. We need to prepare for our children's education. We need to help our children, our grandchildren, or we just want to travel. We want to have a better life. We want to have enough money in the bank. What would you do to be able to fulfill that dreams? And I'm giving to you this opportunity to a free webinar and a 149, so I could invite you to our community. It doesn't go in my pocket, but if you feel the business is not for you, refund that 149, but at least you saw how the community looks like. And of course, any business is a capital, but we have financing in a way that you can start your online business. How would it feel like to be an entrepreneur on top of your job 2026 or the end of the year, so you can have more tax write-off for the beginning of 2026? Now is the time to leverage this divine timing. It is not a delay, it is a preparation. So when God aligns the right people and resources and opens the door for you, I think you have to need, there's a need to move forward, move forward. You need to act on it. You need to expand your capacity. You need a business. You need another source of income. It is just like having faith, that the abundance has a purpose and that your life can change by embracing this opportunity. So it's Luisita Ventura Carpizo. It's Pinky Carpizo is my nickname. So I have two profile business pages. I'm a life coach, a transformational empowerment and health coach that I just opened August. And I've been in the business as an entrepreneur for 4 years now. And I celebrate the success that God has given me because He refined me. And I thank God I did not say no when I asked for that gift. And I saw the opportunity. So prosperity isn't an accident, it's a timing and it's a purpose and requires courage to embrace. So that's why Go for No Challenge matters, because it pushes me to break that fear, move past rejection, and take a bold step to come to you every day as much as I can possibly. Because to hear a no will never be able to step into the opportunity God has intended for us if we stop hearing the no. No is not a rejection. It can be not yet. Hopefully, it's a never, but maybe someday it's going to be yes. So let's strive and let's be successful in this online business. I'll be your coach and your mentor, and you'll be part of our team. God bless everybody. May you have a blessed day, and God's preparing us indeed to be in alignment with prosperity, which is intended in our bloodline long before we were born. And I hope the season of stretching, refining, and scarcity that is holding you back to building your strength and your abundance is already seated in the ground. So when you have received that success, you know that you are not going to waver the faith and the love of the one that gave you all this prosperity. So, but it does require courage to step in, watch a free webinar, pay $149. You never know what's in the other side of that $149, because I'll be inviting you to our private online business community where you're going to see exactly what we do. God bless everybody. 17 minutes into the go live. Go for no challenge. Let's conquer our fear and embrace rejection and elevate our lives to a better life now, in the future, and for the generation to come. God bless everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday. Till next time.